Hi my angels, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing really well. So today I'm going to be filming a really classic kind of Christmas glam makeup tutorial. I know there's so many of these on YouTube already, but I wanted to put my little spin on it and show you guys my kind of version of this. But I'm also going to be giving you 3 lip options as well. There are so many different kinds of reds and like berry tones that you can wear during this time of year, so I wanted to give you my kind of personal 3 favorites. So as always, I'm going to start off by moisturizing my skin, and I'm using the Bobbi Brown face base for this. So if you guys follow me on my Snapchat, then I'm actually looking at doing like a live kind of get ready with me, and it's going to be on New Year's Eve because I am going to my friend's 30th birthday party. So I wanted to get you guys' opinion, like what do you guys want to see it on? Do you want to see it on Facebook, YouTube? I know Instagram have started this like live thing as well, but I don't know if it's here in the UK yet. So I'm putting a poll together, which is going to be in this top right hand corner here, and I want to get your guys' opinion on like what platform you want me to do it on, whether you want it to be on YouTube, Facebook, maybe Instagram, because I don't know whether we're going to have it here in the UK by then. But yeah, I'm going to put those 3 options on there, and I would love to know because I really want to film something live. The festive season is all about glowy skin. I mean, all year is about glowy skin, but you can definitely go a little bit extra for this time of year. So I'm going to take this Body Shop Peach InstaGlow and put that all over my face. This is going to give us a really nice kind of glowy base to begin with, and it's also going to help counteract any kind of dark circles and dark areas because it does have that peach undertone to it. For foundation, I know this isn't glowy, but I'm going to use the Urban Decay All Nighter, but I am going to mix some of this Smashbox Primer Oil into it, just so that it kind of like glows up the consistency with the like oily effect. It's just going to help things look a little bit more less matte than this foundation already is. Before I forget, I'm also going to put some lip balm on. This is my Tatcha Camelia Nourishing Lip Balm all over my lips. We're going to finish off the base a little bit later on because I want to move straight onto my eyes. And I know I used this palette in a recent tutorial of mine, but I'm going to be using the NYX Ultimate Shadow Palette, and this is in the shade Cool Neutral because this has got a beautiful silver in here, which is in this corner right here, and then it's got some really nice kind of cool tone purples because I want to do like a silvery purpley kind of eye with a red lip. So first I'm going to prime my eyelids using the Benefit Air Patrol, and I am also going to set them in place so it's ready for all the eyeshadows to be blended on top. I'm just putting some of these post-it sticky notes on my eyes to create a really nice, sharp, defined eye kind of eyeshadow bit right here. You know what I mean? I'm just going to put both of these as even as I can on both of my eyes so that we've got a good guide. I think they're pretty even. I'm going to grab this shade right here and I'm going to buff that into the crease, and we're going to start working on that transition shade. And then also mixing a tiny bit of this shade just to deepen it up. Also guys, you need to use like the tiniest amount of shadow from these palettes because they are so pigmented. Actually, what I like to do is I like to dip it in here and then kind of like dust it off on the lid just so that I don't get too much on my eyelid. Grabbing a clean, fluffy blending brush. This is the Zoeva 228 brush. I'm just going to make sure all the colours are nice and blended into the crease. For that pop of silver on the lid, I'm going to apply this shade right here onto 2/3 of the eyelid from the inner corner to the outer corner. So I want the outer thirds of the eyes to have like a really deep kind of, almost a hint of like dark purple, but I want to kind of like smoke it out. So for the colors, I'm first going to start off with this shade right here, and I'm going to build that onto the outer crease. And the brush I'm using for this is the Zoeva 231 Luxe Petite Crease. And then taking this super dark like aubergine shade, I'm going to deepen up that crease a little bit more and make sure all the colors are really nice and blended in together. And then I'm going to take that same fluffy blending brush and I'm just going to blend all the edges out to make sure it's really seamless because we've got a lot of colours going on. this is like the best part. It's so satisfying. Okay, so we've got a nice clean kind of like cut kind of outer edge, not like a cut crease, but you know what I mean. So now what I am going to do is I'm going to add some glitter, because no festive Christmassy look is complete without glitter. So I'm taking the Urban Decay Heavy Metals glitter eyeliner in the shade Glam Rock. This is a really silvery glitter, so it's going to go really well with the silver that we've got on in the eyelid. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm not going to put it on the whole part of the eye or like where the silver is. I'm just going to put it right in the center where like the purple meets the silver. This is just going to give a slightest bit of shimmer when your eyes are like opening and closing. It's just going to be like a slight hint. I'm quickly going to add a winged eye to both of my eyes, and I will leave a tutorial of my winged eyeliner in the info box below, and that's a really in-depth tutorial of how I like to do it. But for this, I'm actually using my Maybelline Master Ink eyeliner, and I'm just going ahead and doing both of my wings. So I have popped some lashes on as well. The ones that I'm using are the Backstage lashes. These are in the style Melrose Avenue, and they are so fluttery and so nice. They kind of remind me of Lily lashes, but not as like wispy. So now that I've got my kind of eye almost done, I'm kind of feeling like it's looking a little bit too cool. So I do want to add a bit of a brown into the crease. So I'm taking that same palette again, and I'm going to take this color right here, which we did put it into the crease earlier, but I'm going to deepen it up using this color just on the outer thirds a little bit more. I feel like that made the slightest bit of difference, but I'm super happy with the way that it's kind of looking all together. So now I'm going to zoom you guys out, and we're going to finish the rest of the base and face off. So I'm going to take my Maybelline Anti-Age Eye Rewind Concealer thingy-majiggy, and I'm going to use that on the usual areas of my face and blend everything out to highlight and conceal. So I'm going to set all those areas in place using the Rodial banana powder and also this Body Shop brush, and I feel like this brush fits in really nicely just underneath my eyes to make sure everything's nice and set. And for contour, I'm going to go in with a goodie and an oldie, which is HOOLA by Benefit. I'm also taking this onto my cheeks as a bit of a blusher, because I feel like I don't really want to wear coloured like blush on my cheeks. I want to go all out with my highlights, so I'm taking Blissful by Ofra, which is so stunning, and I'm going to put this onto the tops of my cheeks. I do actually have a discount code for Ofra, so I will leave it in the info box for you guys, because their highlighters are insane. Like, can you see that? Oh, I just love them. They're really creamy and buttery and super pigmented, which is what like I look for in a highlighter. I'm also taking this into my brow bone really slightly, nothing too crazy. And then also down the bridge of my nose. To make my highlight pop like the tiniest bit more, even though I know I don't need for it to pop more, I'm going to take Coco Bling by Artist Couture. Again, I also have a code for this, so I will leave it in the info box below. I'm just going to hit that on to the tops of my cheeks. So I always dust it off into the lid, because this is super pigmented as well. I'm just kind of hitting it right on the tops right here. And I know I'm looking like a glitter bomb right now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my beauty blender and I'm just going to pat that over. And this will just get rid of any kind of like extra powderiness and really mesh it into the skin. Like you see this side and then you see this side. And then one thing I always do, if I can find my brush, I always go back in with the slightest bit of like contour or bronzer that I've used, and I just go over it, just so that it doesn't look really blocky. Just looks a bit more blended. The final thing to do on the eyes is to finish off the lower lash line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that same dark brown shade and run that along my lower lash line to really smoke everything out. I'm really quickly lining my upper and lower waterline using Feline by MAC, and this is going to make all of our eyelashes look a lot thicker, and it's just going to complete the kind of eye look, because otherwise it can look a little bit empty, especially when you've got like this much of a smoky eye going on. Do you know what? To make this look a little bit more different, I know I did this last year as well in one of my Christmas looks, but I'm going to add a little bit of this same glitter eyeliner right underneath the wing, and this is just going to make that pop really slightly. I was going to finish my eyes right there, but I totally forgot that I forgot my mascara on my lower lashes. So I'm going to add my L'Oreal Paris False Lash SCULPT mascara, which you guys know is like my favourite mascara, and I'm going to put that on to the lower lashes. I seriously have not got enough of this mascara this year. I genuinely feel like this is one of like the best launches of this year. It doesn't like transfer onto my eyelid or anything like that. It makes my eyelashes look like I'm wearing falsies, and I just love it. It's quite thick in comparison to a lot of other lashes, like the consistency of the formula, especially if you've had it open for a couple of weeks, it does get a little bit thicker, but I love that about it. I feel like I can really like wiggle it into every single lash. And that is the eye look complete. But now I'm going to move on to like the full on glam and show you 3 different lip options. Before I do that, I am going to set my face. I'm going to use the All Nighter setting spray. And now I'm going to show you 3 of my favourite like festive lipsticks to wear, especially with this look. I mean, it is quite dramatic, but I feel like in the holiday season like this, you can go full glam and no one will say anything. The first red lip I have is Tesoro by Stila. This is a matte liquid lipstick. It has got an orange undertone to it, which is a very different kind of red to wear during this time of the year, but I personally love it because it just kind of brightens up any look and it's something different to like a true red. So this is what Tesoro looks like on. As you can tell, it is quite a bright red because it's got that orange undertone to it. But it does obviously add to the festiveness of this look. And yeah, this was actually one of my first liquid lipsticks I ever got. And I got this years and years and years ago, and I still swear by this formula. I think Stila liquid lipsticks formula is probably one of the best formulas out there, and they're really upping their game with their colour selection. So now that you guys have seen it with this liquid lipstick, I'm going to move on to the next. Next up, we have Mary Jo K, which is by Kylie Cosmetics. This, I feel like, is one of the truest red formulas that I have. It is very comfortable to wear, and obviously it just screams Christmas because it is such a gorgeous red. And yeah, this is what it looks like on with this eye look. Again, it is quite dramatic, but like I said, I feel like you can just get away with this kind of look during this time of the year. So I hope you guys liked this combination as well. But now we're going to move on to the final lip colour. And the last lipstick choice is a Body Shop matte liquid, and it's in the shade Sicily Iris, which is a beautiful dark berry tone. It kind of makes the whole makeup look really monochromatic, and I'm really feeling monochromatic looks recently. I've been loving matching my eyeshadow to my lipstick. So this, you guys, is the final lipstick option. Out of the 3, I think this has to be my favourite, only because I'm loving monochrome makeup looks at the moment. So yeah, this is the end of the makeup look. I really do hope you guys enjoyed it as always. If you guys would like to keep up to date with all of my future uploads, then don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if anyone is having a bit of a weird time on YouTube recently with not getting all of your subscriptions in your feed, then there is a little bell right next to my name down there. So make sure you click that and you'll basically get notified every single time that I upload. So I think that is all for now. I do really hope you guys are having an amazing Christmas time and break and having lots of fun with your family and eating lots of food. But yeah, I guess that's all, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!